So today we're going to create a 2 by 6 foot CVS banner that you can use at your events. So this is the theme for my baby shower, which is called The Last Rodeo. Um, and we started out with this invitation to the baby shower, and that's what everything is based off of. So I want to take this image of this invitation and make it into a banner. So I put it into Chat GPT and I use the prompt, make this image a 2 by 6 foot image and change all the cow print patterns to black and white, because instead of the more brown cow print you see here, we want to go with a more black and white pattern. So after a couple of minutes, this is what ChatGPT came up with, which you can see it changed the cow print to more black and white and made it more vivid versus more brown. But it also ended up leaving the date, location, and time information at the bottom. So what we want to do is get rid of that. So the next prompt I used was remove the date, time, and location information at the bottom. And after it did that, this is what ChatGPT came up with. Welcome to the last rodeo baby shower. Everything's still the same. Usually if you don't tell ChatGPT to change other details, it won't, but sometimes it does. So sometimes when I find that it changes the image, I have to use the prompt basically telling it to change that one specific thing and leave everything else alone. So as you can see, it removed the date and time information at the bottom. It shortened the image overall a little bit, but it should be okay. Because when we plop it into Canva, it's a little give on either or end. What we want to do is make sure we click this button here to get your download. And then you want to go to the actual photo where the image is supposed to be. So it's supposed to be in my downloads, and there you have it. There it is. So now we can move on to Canva. So now we're going to switch over to Canva, and this is a banner that I made for an event this past weekend. I usually keep all of my banners in one folder because they're just easier to find. The measurements on this particular banner are 38 by 140 millimeters. Not inches. It's important that you put 38 by 140 millimeters. And the reason why I keep all of my banners in the same folder is because I can just go to add page up here and it's automatically going to generate a blank banner that is ready for me to use without me having to resize. So it's just easier to keep everything in one folder. Over here, you want to come to uploads, and I'm working on other projects, so it's other images in my queue. And then once you get to upload, you want to pick the image, upload it, and wait for it to load. And then you want to click on the image, and then it's going to generate the image onto the banner. So what I always like to try first is to set the image as the background just to see how it fits. And as you can see, it fits a little too big. So we are going to have to do some resizing. And that's the thing. You may have to sometimes go back and forth between Canva and ChatGPT or resizing in Canva. I've been doing this a very long time, and unless I'm making the image from scratch, I usually have to do some resizing. So now what I'm going to do is troubleshoot this a little bit and ask ChatGPT to make this image 38 by 140 millimeters. And then see what it comes up with. I'm fairly new to chat GPT. I was one of those people who learned how to design in other software. So Chat GPT is just kind of a shortcut for me. But if I give it so many prompts and the image doesn't end up coming out right, I just end up doing it from scratch. That's the good thing about when you use software like Chat GPT, but you learned how to design in other software where you had to piece everything together. Because Chat GPT is not always going to get the size right. It's not going to always get the image right. It's not going to always make the color shade the same. So when we asked Chat GPT to make the image 38 by 140 millimeters, this is what it came up with. It did come out a little more slim. So we're going to take it over to Canva. And when we put it into Canva and we do set as background, you can still see that it is off-centered a little more. And then, so what we're going to do is try to manually stretch it to see where we need to tighten the image up more and tell Chat GPT what to do. So for me, the edges being cut off like this are fine. Some people might want to try to stick the whole image into the banner, but for me, the overhang is fine because there will be balloons around it. So what we want to do is, since welcome to the last rodeo baby shower, well, welcome to and baby shower is fine, but you can see how the last rodeo is kind of cut off here. So we're gonna go back to ChatGPT and tell them to make the last rodeo a little more center and a little smaller. So now we're gonna tell ChatGPT keep the image the same, but make, and I always put in parentheses so they know exactly which text I'm talking about. But make the, let's see if it was the under, okay, the last rodeo. Oh, the last rodeo. Look at me can't type today. Okay, so I said keep the image the same, but make the last rodeo more centered and smaller. So we have resized the image one last time to a 38 by 144 millimeter. We asked ChatGPT to change the cow print from a more brown to a black and white, and we also asked ChatGPT to make the last rodeo smaller and more centered. So then now when you put it in Canva and set it as your background, it fits perfectly. Now, like I said, I'm old school, so I probably could have, if I made this banner from scratch in Canva, probably could have made it in every bit of maybe 10 minutes without the prompts. But of course, I wanted to show how to utilize Chat GPT and the prompts that's within the software in order to get this done. And like I said, it being cut off on the sides is perfectly fine with me because it will be balloons around it. So we don't need all like the extra razzle dazzle. And also, this image will be copied several times throughout the theme of the shower versus something like this that really took me no time at all to create, because as you can see, this is a free hanging image on a marble, just a marble background, and then I used the image that was provided, dropped the background, and plopped my boy in here, and he had overhang because there was other stuff around this as well. But yes, that is how you make your banner. What you want to do is save this, and of course you're going to share. Let's see, show you how to save it. You're going to share, press download. I always do the PNG, and when it comes to 1 to 6 pages, this is the 5th page. So you're going to unselect all of it and go to page 5. Done. Download. And then we're going to move on to CVS. What you're going to want to do is go to the photo section of CVS, and as you can see, the last project, which was this birthday party theme I worked on, is still in the queue. So you want to go to, what you want to do is you want to make it a banner. You're going to go to the banner, you're going to go to the banner tab, and then you're going to go to banner prints right here, which you can see is $29.99, and they usually have some type of coupon deal where you can get it for cheaper. I don't know what the coupon code is this week. Okay, $15 banners, promo code banner 15, and you can also buy one enlargement, get one free enlargement. Um, but that does not include the banners. So banners this week are on sale for $15. CVS usually always has good coupons. So when you get to the banner section, you're gonna want to do the 2x6 banner, and you want to do the full photo. 2x6 banner is low as $29.99. Click on it. 2x6. You can do the same day pickup. Uh, the store that I usually use is a ways away from home because they just print better. And that's what you may find. Different CVS's have different qualities, so you just have to find a location that works for you. And what you're going to do is create now. So what is important about this is you want to make sure that this image is laying on its side. So no matter if you rotate it to the left or to the right, you have to lay it on its side so that it will fit. See how all of these down here are on the side? So that it will fit into the software when it comes to CVS. So then you are going to upload photos, select photo, and then it is on my desktop. Where is it? Oh no, it's in my downloads. So you're gonna click on the image here, and it's going to put it into the thing, and it's gonna, boop, voila, there is your banner. And it's always gonna say low resolution, but as long as you use something like Canva stock images or Chat GPT, the resolution usually comes out just fine. And you can kind of pull it up, pull it down. As you can see, wiggle, rotate it. But we're gonna pull this down. Because I want more so of the flags at the top. So we're gonna pull this down. And then we're gonna go to review and buy. And it's just gonna have the image up again. And it's also gonna give you the banner code, which I'm gonna highlight because sometimes when you get to the next page, it don't carry over. And then you're gonna press order now, and it's gonna tell you that the image is low resolution. But like I said, as long as you use stock images or you use pretty much a crystal clear picture from a professional photo shoot, it is going to come out just fine. And sometimes it may come out a little blurry. It's just up to you what you are comfortable with. Then I'm going to push order anyway. And then we're going to go to the cart. And once we are in the cart, like I said, sometimes even though their promo code is in the thing, it does not carry over. And as you can see, it did not carry over. So it will make the banner $31.86. And then we're going to add our promo code for the weekend. Sometimes they have a even lower than this. And it's going to bring it from $31 to $14.99. And then you're going to check out. And usually CVS does not make you pay for these banners up front. I think it's uh, if it's under $50, you don't have to pay for them up front. So you can get them in the store, and they usually are done within about an hour or two at this specific store, depending on their load. And you can just pick up your banner, and that is how you make a party banner.